Again, guys, this is a budget projector, 500 ANSI lumens, and it's pretty darn impressive. In today's video, we're checking out the Wanbo Cube 2 Pro Projector.
Team Canada.
Hey, what's going on, guys? SeeJayAre here, back with another video. Today, I'm going to highlight and tell you about my experience on the Wanbo Cube 2 Pro portable projector. Huge shout out to Wanbo. They sent this over actually before the unit has released. It is now released. You'll find all the links in the description below. They sent this over several months ago, so I've been putting this through its paces. If you've seen my Instagram, maybe you saw me posting during the World Series. I had this projected in a huge image in my living room. But yeah, spoiler, I'm quite impressed with this little unit. I've had budget projectors in the past, and this kind of just blows the ones I've used previously out of the park. Now, in terms of the unit itself, you can see it's a really kind of stylistic white cube. It's got an incorporated base, which kind of acts like a gimbal. You can turn it left and right. You can turn the angle of the laser up and down. Also does a fantastic job, the base, of protecting the laser when it's not in use. And it stows quite well and looks quite good on a shelf when you're not using it. In terms of connections, we've got the power button starting at the top. We've got a HDMI connection, USB, as well as the headphone jack and the outlet for power. So I'm going to read off the spec sheet a little bit for you guys here. It's got TOF laser seamless calibration. So essentially you can adjust the projector left or right, and it will auto correct the aspect ratio of your image on its own, which is pretty awesome. It features Android TV 11, 1080p. The aspect ratio on this guy is 1:1. It's got a contrast ratio of 2000:1, which is pretty good for a unit of this size. It'll do a projection distance of 1.2. They recommend 1.2 to 3.5 meters distance from your screen or wall in my case. And the recommended projection size is between 40 and 130 inches. Now, I have pushed it pretty far beyond that, probably approaching like a 200-inch image, which I will show you guys. Of course, that's beyond the recommended specs from Wanbo. Anyways, let's see this guy in action. All right, so here we are. It is just after 5 p.m. and you can see it's pretty much dark already. Good old Canadian winters. So I have the cube set up here, and I'm going to project it just across my hallway here where I've got a big open white wall space. I'm going to show you what it looks like in kind of perfect, pretty much dark, fully dark conditions. All right, so I'm going to turn the light off here, and then I'm going to turn on the power with the remote. So if I hit the switch, we'll come behind. So when I switch the unit on, I'm going to try and show the wall where the screen is going to be projected, and you'll get a good idea of how well the TOF laser calibration works. Essentially, depending on what direction the projector is pointed, you know, it can be offset. You know, if we were moved over here, it'll still project an image that is square and the right aspect ratio on the wall, if that makes sense. And that auto correction will make up and focus in super quickly. So first I'll show it with it straight on here. Okay, so I'm going to hit power. Let's hit power on the remote. And we'll watch on the wall. You'll be able to see it kind of autofocus. I'm just going to adjust the picture. Super easy to do with that stand. You can see things are coming into focus. I'm going to move it a little bit closer. And there the auto correction has just kicked in. Now, if that auto correction doesn't get it quite the way you want it, there are a series of options. For image correction, you can hit picture focus here, and it will force the focus. You can hit auto keystone to make minor corrections. Now I'm going to try and get a little closer here, but yeah, as you can see, it looks pretty darn good. This is by no means a pitch dark situation, but this is probably suitable to, in terms of light, to what people would be doing, you know, watching movies. Now it's running Google TV 11, I believe. So essentially I'm just playing one of these demo videos. Now, like I mentioned, the unit only will project in 1080p, but you can still get an idea of just how good this unit can look. And the one thing I love about this is the speaker. I'm going to turn up the volume here. The speaker is really good. Like, the speaker from this unit will more than fill up your living room or basement. It's got great volume, decent bass. Really impressed with the speaker in this thing. And you can actually just turn off the picture, and if you just want to use it as a speaker, that is a feature that you can use on this. But take a look, it looks pretty darn good. You know, like I said, this is not a fully pitch dark condition. You know, in those conditions, it would look pretty darn good. Sorry guys, that's not the unit's fault. My internet has been acting up a little bit lately. If it's chugging a little bit for a second there, it looks good now. But yeah, I mean, it looks great. Now, I will say that it's absolutely fantastic for watching movies or YouTube. The input delay on this is between 40 and 60 seconds, I believe. I was told by the team at Wanbo, which is not ideal for gaming. You could do some casual gaming on this, but you know, you wouldn't want to be playing any Twitch shooters or Fortnite. RPG, stuff like that would probably be fine. But yeah, the input delay is between 40 and 60 milliseconds, I believe. So, but yeah, you can get a great idea of what this unit looks like. What I really want to show you is where I've had this unit placed over the past month. It definitely goes beyond their recommendations of distance from screen and screen size, but I'm going to take you over and show you exactly what I've been doing with this. You're on camera. You want to say hello? So this is where I've had it set up for the past couple months. This is where I had it set up for the World Series when I was watching the Jays. I typically don't have a TV in this area. I have put one now, but I didn't have one before. So what I've been doing is broadcasting or projecting from the Wanbo all the way up there to that huge open wall space. And, you know, like I said, that's pretty far beyond their recommended distance. But I love it. It's pretty cool. So, and I'll have to turn off the light to do this. Hopefully I can show you. We're way off. You know, the base makes it super easy to adjust. Now you'll see it should autocorrect. So that is obviously an image pretty far beyond what they recommend, but it was awesome to have this on in the World Series. And, you know, this is absolutely something I would love to do at Christmas, you know, have Christmas movies on in the background, or I like to run like 80s and 90s Christmas commercials. So, you know, that could be running in the background. As I mentioned, the speaker on this thing is pretty awesome. So, you know, more than enough volume, that's for sure. Let's turn off the lights here. And I'll turn up the volume. You can hear the ambient noise on this thing is minimal. A little bit of fan noise. It's actually pretty impressed with that. Mariana, can you turn off the laundry room light there, please? I'll turn up the volume here so you can hear how good it sounds. Again, guys, this is a budget projector, 500 ANSI lumens, and it's pretty darn impressive. These laser projectors have come a long way. This has got to be close to probably 140, 150 inch screen, if not more. And it looks pretty darn good. Text is still sharp. Decent colors. Decent blacks. I'm overall pretty impressed. Now let's see if I move the unit here, if it will, how fast it will auto-correct. So I'll move it over this way. And you see that? It instantly snaps into position with that auto-correction. Pretty cool feature. Essentially, it means that you don't have to have your projector in the exact location to broadcast it like directly ahead. So you can have it kind of offset whatever suits your room. You could have it on a piece of furniture like I do now, but project it in a different location. So if I move it back, you see how fast that snapped into place. Now on older units, you'd fiddle with that forever, trying to get that dialed in and get the right aspect ratio, and it would look distorted. But man, this makes it super easy to turn the unit on, point it at your wall, and it pretty much does all the auto correction for you. Now, one thing I did previously was I made it even bigger. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see what happens when I'm actually going to put it on the ground in front of this huge wall. That's actually not a wall, it's the ceiling. And there you go. It just auto-corrected. I don't know if I got it though as I was standing up. Where's the remote? I think I paused it. I have the remote in my pocket. So now it's broadcasting. That's got to be 200 easy, 200 inches. And I'm broadcasting it on the ceiling, which is white. You can see, of course, the screen would make it look better, but it looks pretty darn good to me. Mariana, what do you think? Pretty cool, no? You know, this is a super affordable laser projector. And like I said, this is a big room. And for watching YouTube, TV, a movie, it fills this adequately. So we've seen what it can look like in darker conditions. Here's what it looked like during the day. This is around 1 p.m. earlier today. And you can see in a well-lit room that it still has a good amount of detail. You can still see some sharp text. It still looks pretty darn good. This would be about a 65-inch screen that we're currently looking at. And the 500 ANSI lumens performs pretty well in these well-lit situations. Of course, with these projectors, you're most likely gonna, dim the lights, turn them fully down to watch your movie. And in those cases, it definitely performs very well. All right, guys, so I can safely recommend the Wanbo Cube 2 Pro. It's been serving a ton of my needs. I can take this over to my parents. We can watch a movie over there. This will be featured in the game room. Yeah, I've just been really impressed. Like I said, I was blown away at the quality of sound that came out of this little guy. Typically, devices like this have really crappy speakers, and this one is quite good. So that's something I really enjoyed. The picture looks good. Text is nice and crisp. For a product in this price range, it definitely outperformed my expectations. Let me know what you guys think of this device. Is this something that you would use in your house or your game room, or maybe camping or something like that? Outside movies, that sort of thing. You'll find links for more information. If you want to grab one for yourself, check out the links in the description below. There's also a coupon code for you guys down there as well. Thanks so much for watching, and until the next episode.